Yeah, I mean, just well done there from Threes up on the pistol round. Davey, you know, getting a kill and doing actually a lot of damage to two other players as well as just being a nuisance, as you mentioned, really just helped set Threes up for what they were trying to do. I thought they were really going to go with the bomb A, because, I mean, they had cleared out the A monster, and two players even walked in and cleared it completely, so I thought the bomb would backtrack, but instead it did still try to go B. It did get caught, but recovered well, and Threes up secure the round, so they will go ahead and buy up. Luminosity is going to force up a bit here. Scout on the Fallen. Some PZs and 5-7s out, and it's just going to be a really fast long B rush here from Threes up.
They're going to work their way out. They have the gun advantage here. Fallen, of course, with that, with the scout trying to make something happen. But Cold will find one on Davey, as Davey was going to push into the drop room. Arya was there to trade the frag out, though, so Fur and Steel left alive, not able to get a gun yet. There's only one down that they can grab. Looks like they can work their way all the way over to Fountain and try and pick up the scout that's right there, but nah. Abe's going to charge in, takes down Steel initially, and Fur does a ton of damage there. Not able to get another frag, so Threes up will get a second round, and they only have to make one rebuy.
Yeah, not much really to say there. I mean, just an eco around there from Luminosity. They try to buy up something and make something work, but Threes up just coming out of long B really quick, able to pick up on it and do so without really losing too many players. I think they only lost one, so well done. A good clean round from Threes up, and Luminosity will pretty much take the full save here. I think they picked up one grenade, and that's it. And you see them stacking up over towards the B side of the map, and Threes up is heading that direction. So I mean, maybe somehow with these pistols, since it's a stack, they'll figure it out.
Let's see, there's going to be one man there at the drop. That's going to be Fur trying to peek out to make something happen. Bolts is right there, too. There's a ton of players. There goes the first one. Abel hit him with the AK. Here comes Davey. Works out of the drop room. Only one CT left alive. And Jason R will clean that one up. 2 for Davey, 2 for Jason R. Other one goes in favor of Abe. That's Threes up, making it 3-0.
Yeah, well done. But Luminosity will now be able to get into our default here with the guns. Typically, that's going to be Fallen and Fur over on the A side of the map. Usually Steel watching the Skyfall. Then you got Cold and Bolts, usually playing towards long B. Cold and Steel will be the first to kind of rotate while they kind of leave Bolts to anchor the site. So that's the default I typically see Luminosity use on this map, and that seems to be the way they're staging up so far. Fallen will take that op into the mid slope and see if he can't maybe pick up somebody. Kiko is going to be out in that area, but Fallen has already fallen back. No pun intended again there. As Threes up, once again, staging up at B here with Kiko kind of lurking in mid. Bolts has slipped into the corner.
Yeah, Bolts in a good position here. Let's see if Threes up get aggressive off this one. They just left the number 8 man. That's going to be Kiko all the way out in mid with the Galil in his hand. So they're going to stack one player up inside the boxes. Oh no, Abe's actually going to drop down, so he might get a little aggressive on this. Let's see if he's able to find Bolts, who's going to be hiding in that back corner of the arch over there. Threes up playing nice and slow here, waiting to see what Luminosity's going to try and do on this round. It's the first full buy round. And it's not even really truly a buy round. I mean, Arya's only got a Galil. Here comes the execute out B. Abe goes down. They try and peek over on the Bolts, but he's a little too fast. And Kiko gets some damage off on the Bolts, but Bolt might get caught. No, he does not. Somehow survives, ends up stepping out, able to pick up some more frags. That's 3 for him on the round. Now it's just up to Arya. Last man standing, already pushed through the double doors. Knows where Fallen is. They know where he's at. They're trying to spam him down. He's just trying to get the op out of Fallen's hands. Got to be careful, though, as the bomb is not going to be reachable from his current position. He's just going to try and get away and can't do it. Fallen rushes, silent USP, but Bolts really blew that thing up with that 3K.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, just the typical default setup from Luminosity's CT side. Threes up, again, trying their luck over at B. This time a bit more of a split. You know, they split Skyfall and Long B pretty equally there. But as you said, Bolts is from the Long B platform, able to disrupt that completely. Luminosity able to upgrade even more here off the FAMAS. They have an AK and Bolts instead. Still a full buy up from Threes up and Arya with the op for the first time. And again, Threes up, pretty much same setup as last round as far as how they're starting out the round. Same exact setup from Luminosity as well, though Bolt's not as aggressive on the long B this time, just kind of playing on the platform. But Cold may boost him up here in just a second. So looks like we're going to have a mirror image of last round, to be honest.
Looks like they want to try and go for it anyways. Threes up did get kind of shut down there on that initial buy round from Luminosity. Now they're trying to change this, so we do have Arya with an op in his hands this time. Both teams fully upgraded now. We got no FAMASs, no Galils on the board. And Luminosity not the greatest at the moment, with Cold only having body armor. Same with Steel and Fur. But they do have some utility to work with here. And Luminosity is just holding firm at this B bomb site. They're going to drop that Molotov to try and burn out Bolts. Bolts is going to move now. Doesn't take much more than 3 damage. And he's able to take down Arya. Came out a little wide. Abe will trade the frag, though. But I mean, LG is just locking down this B bomb site. Not letting... Oh, Fallen looked like he should have had that shot, but here comes Davey. He's going to push in, tries to find Steel. He's got Cold right there. We'll hit the shot on the Cold, but Steel is still in the back of the chicken coop, and he goes down to Kiko. Fur on the rotate will find one and get the bomb drop, so it's Davey 1v2.
That was big on Fur to get that bomb down. That pretty much killed Threes Up's last effort to get the round, but Davey still collects the bomb. He will get it planted in the site, but he has to hold off Fur and Fallen both on the retake from his flank. So Davey has a lot to worry about here. May not expect both of them to be coming from this direction. They begin to already get out on the platform. Davey turns around in time, but Fallen's op will land. And Luminosity sticks another round. And again, it was just kind of a mirror image of last round, though. We did see Threes Up actually get a little bit more active in the connector to try to disrupt the rotates. Almost worked out, but not quite. Also, you can note that Luminosity's not really even playing Skyfall. You've noticed that Steel, the normal player in that position, is kind of playing in the site with the team. So they're giving Threes Up control of that area, but they're holding the site so well it doesn't really seem to matter. And with that, Threes Up are going to force up here. Some Tech-9s and AKs are trying to break in.
Yeah, so they're going to force into round number 6 to try and not allow Luminosity to tie this thing up at 3-3. I don't know if it's going to work, especially if they're going to try and wrap this towards B. No, but here comes aggressive play coming out of Luminosity towards the A-bomb site. So they already have a man pushed down into mid. There's one pushed up deep into the hall. Flashbang comes out. That's going to be Fur, not able to find anything there as Arya and Abel team up with the pistols in their hands, or with Arya's pistol in hand. Oh, Bolts, though, will catch Davey at the drop. Fallen has already fully rotated over to the halls, and it looks like Threes Up is going to swing this back towards B now.
Yeah, I mean, really well done here. Threes Up to get that initial pick on Fur, the long A player, but it was traded out as Bolts did catch, Davey playing his typical Skyfall position, and now Threes Up, as you said, shifting over towards B, but Cold. Double op set up here for LG, so he has it on the long B, but he misses his first shot, and Threes Up start to get into the site.
Yeah, but there's still going to be one man. He misses another one, ends up getting pushed by Jason R. As Steel tries to rotate in, he'll get one before he goes down, so now it's going to be Bolts and Fallen versus Jason R. and Arya. Fallen with the op in his hands, Bolts with the silent M4. Arya is going to be able to get this bomb planted. Fires hitting him. Does he? Oh, just barely. Is able to move away from that, not die, but he does take a ton of damage. That will allow Bolts to actually come out thanks to that shot. Now he's completely blind, though. They don't know where he's at. Now they have a good idea. He's making a lot of noise. Arya's just got to be careful here. It's going to be up to Jason R to help cover him, but they're both extremely weak. Bolts trying to get the damage off through the wall. Will find it. Not enough to get the frag yet. He does have a kit, so he's got time to work with, but it's going to be tougher for him. He's going to push towards Arya. Doesn't catch Arya just yet. Trying to find the player with the op. We'll be looking for it now, but he's got Arya around him from each side. He's pretty much burned up at this point. Molotov goes down. Not much he can do as Arya finally takes him down. And that'll be Threes Up finally getting a gun round, and it was a force buy from them, but no saved weapons.
Still well done from Threes Up, though. I mean, they got in the site. I mean, granted, they got lucky that Colt missed so many out shots from that chicken coop area. Like, I think he missed like 3 pretty point blank shots. Or not point blank, but shots on still targets. I mean, those were some pretty big whiffs, and that allowed Threes Up to get into the site pretty much unscathed. And then from there, when they played that 2v1 perfectly, not overcommitting to peaks, not giving Bolts a chance to get 2 one-on-ones, and they went out the round. So really, really well done. Both teams on pretty fragile economies, though, at this point. When you look at the scoreboard, I mean, they're both bought down to $0 on some players, in fact. So this is a big round for either team to try to, get back into this. And Threes Up, again, trying to overpower the long A. This time, pretty big stack at B for LG, so Fur's all alone for the time being.
And we actually had Davey get a little bit more aggressive than normal, trying to work his way down through the drop, but this time Cold was there trying to play the angle, was able to catch him and take him out. And for great positioning, able to catch Kiko from the side. Cold's got to move now. Drop the Molotov at his feet. He will finally go down, but still Fallen right there in the smoke. Fallen does not go down, and Jason R will find the flank, gets it, but Steel is there. Mag 7 in hand, so it's all up to Arya now. 1v2, he does spot Fur, knows exactly where he's at. Trying to find the rotating player. Now he's got to look for him. I believe he heard Bolts run, but he doesn't know where he's at, and they're just barely going to avoid each other. And I believe they saw each other. Bolts will react first. Teammates coming out from Luminosity, and they will pick up the force buy win over Threes Up.
Yeah, I mean, Luminosity stacking over towards the B side of the map early on, and it grants him that pick onto Davey at Skyfall, as you mentioned. And then Fur, kind of holding A by himself, able to get the jump on one player on the mid slope. That's another kill for LG, so they had a 5-on-3 basically at that point. Threes Up, trying to fight back, but just not enough. Comes down to a 1v1 that Luminosity cleans up, and still really limited economies on both teams. See Luminosity having to get a couple of SMGs just to keep guns in their hands. Threes Up, in the meantime, forcing up the Tech-9s. It looks like they're just going to plow Skyfall with these, which, again, no one's really playing it too aggressively, but Fallen and Steel are in the area to kind of crossfire this up, possibly.
Here comes the drop, and Davey will pick up the first one on the Fallen, but Steel is still there. Trying to fight with the Pro 90. Can he get another one? And he drags it over and will find all three of those frags. As Arya does pick up one of his own. He's going to be trying to force his way towards the A bomb site, but bomb is down in the drop, so going to be tougher for him to make happen. But he does pick up a UMP that he could try and save with. Maybe work that Tech 9 into a frag to steal either one of the AK or the M4. But yeah, this is going to be tough.
That was so unfortunate. Like, everything was actually going pretty well for 3 Up. They got the initial pick onto Fallen, I believe it was. They were getting it in some control in that room, but yeah, just in one quick hold of the mouse one, Steel killed the Dreams, man. Dreams were dead. And now I just had Arya all alone, trying to see if he can get in here and get some more kills. He just has a Tech 9 out. He gets into the room, but I mean, they're well covered here, and they'll grab it. So Luminosity's tied up the game at 4-all. A lot of rebuying still taking place, so LG really can't get their economy going, to be honest, because these rounds are so close, or they're losing players. Meanwhile, 3's Up, you know, also in a tight economy as well, so I think they're going to be forced to save yet again with Tech 9s, and that's going to give Luminosity a chance to take the lead and finally get their economy going.
Yeah, so now we're tied up into round 9. The score will be 4-4. Luminosity with a big advantage here. Their economy still isn't set right. They're still not looking good. They're having to buy out. The rounds that they are winning are close, and they're going back and forth quite a bit, which definitely favors 3's Up, as it's so much easier to be a terrorist, at least money-wise. It's much cheaper to be one, so back and forth rounds really just end up hurting the CTs more. So if 3's Up can keep this going, they should always kind of perpetually keep Luminosity into buyout rounds every time, and just put it to the point where all they have to do is get one good round win, and they could force Luminosity into a save.
Right, and 3's Up going to make their way into the site here with the pistols, just all up the mid-slope. We didn't have Ari in the connector, but he's going to get caught. And I mean, LG are just running 3's Up through the blender here, not dropping a single person until just now. And that will be the only casualty they suffer. And it was a pretty clean round for Luminosity, finally not having to do a lot of rebuying, start putting some money in the bank for later. Meanwhile, 3's Up, I mean, still in tough shape. I mean, they're going to be able to get a buy here, but money's getting real low. But they're starting to approach that maximum loss bonus, but I'm sure they would like to get a few more rounds. They had a decent start here, but Luminosity's been able to win the last 5 of 6 rounds, so they've really recovered well in their own right here. And again, just default setup for LG as 3's Up tries to cross mid. Fallen does miss that shot, however, so that does help out 3's Up a bit.
Fur's going to be aggressive up in the halls, avoids the grenade, only goes down 8 HP to make that one happen. But we're still going to be 5-on-5 with Luminosity up by 1 round. Finally, they have the lead in this game. They need to grab a few more rounds here, and they definitely need to get some more rounds in a row with clean wins to help bolster that economy a little bit, because still, even now, I mean, the most money that they have is Cold with 3,800. Everybody else has bought pretty deep into this thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tight game. It's been really close rounds, so neither team's really been able to get the money going. 3's Up, making their way over towards B. Yet again, Baltz is once again locked in the corner. This is that setup that Luminosity was using on the B attacks that they were able to defend really well. Just kind of this 3B, no one Skyfall. Just defending the long B take, defending the site. And they've been successful at it, and here it's going to happen again. Baltz, though, going to get fired out of the corner, but a good flash comes in to try to bail him out, but not enough.
Oh, Jason R is able to pick up 2. Finally will end up burning thanks to Steel. So now we have Cold in the back of the bomb site. He's going to try to peek out. Abe will end up taking him down, but Kiko's so very low on HP. Davey's right there around the corner. He's able to pick up Fallen as he was rushing. So now it's all up to Fur. He's going to be 1 versus 3, but the bomb planted at the B bomb site. He's going to go on the rotate, going to go right up to the connector, make a little bit of noise. I don't know if Davey was close enough to hear it, but he should have heard that foot slip now. So they should be geared up and ready to prevent him from getting into this bomb site. And yeah, he's actually going to get flanked now. Davey's going to be coming from behind as Fur's going to back up right into him, not check. And that's going to be 3's Up, tying it up 5-5. I
mean, good adjustment from 3's Up, so credit to them. I mean, Baltz has been playing that corner spot quite often, so they, you know, burned the Molotov on it there to get him out. So we did see the counter flash come in, but it just wasn't enough. Jason R still would have collected the kill. He got a second entry as well, so that's the entry fragger for 3's Up. Coming up big for them at Long B that time. That was a big round for him to open up that site and allow a victory and put Luminosity onto a bit of a broken buy. That Mag 7 on Fallen. He's going to take it into the mid room here, play up close. They still retain their default positions despite the limited utility. And this time 3's Up playing a bit slower, a bit more spread out, probably realizing the economy is tight for LG and just wanting to be a bit more cautious about how they play the map, and that's not a bad call to make.
So we're into round 11. It's going to be a buyout coming from Luminosity. Committed to it. They have spent a lot of money into this, and now we're in the same situation we were in round 10, where 3's up, starting to try and get things together in a row, money-wise. Still not looking that good yet, but if they can win this round, they should be able to turn this into 2 against an echoing Luminosity, or maybe Luminosity's going to buy out into the next round too with like maybe pistol armor, but it's still going to be a very tight buy if they want to try and make that force.
Oh yeah, definitely. Only $1,900 coming in next round if they lose this one, so it would definitely be a situation where they'd have to take a full save, I would think. Abe once again burning a mod to clear out that spot. He knows no one's there. Information gained, but Fur has made an aggressive play on the flank to catch a kill, so now 3's up. Needs to get a move on, and they will make their way out of long B, but Cold and company holding it pretty well so far.
Oh, Cold's able to pick up 2 before he finally goes down. That's going to leave Davey and Arya, and we're actually going to have Davey already near the drop, ready to roll. He's sitting down in the smoke. They don't know anybody is down yet, so Arya's got to be careful until Fallen stepped up. Arya doesn't check the side where he dropped, and Bolts will be there to get him and picks up the omp for his team. That's going to make it 6-5 now in favor of Luminosity.
Yeah, really well done on the force buy, and as you were kind of mentioning, the economy was so tight. That's an important round to win, to avoid having to take a save and avoid, 3's up taking the lead from you. LG holds them off, and in fact, 3's up are the ones forced into a tight buy here, getting some Tech 9s and an AK. I would think, again, you might just see a heavy Skyfall drop. That seems to be kind of the best place to put the Tech 9s to use, but Incendiary goes up. It's going to thwart that, and now they will just try to pour out of long B instead. Or just one, actually, just Abe.
So Abe's going to work his way all the way out to the balcony. They are bound up into this thing. So if they can tie this back up at 6-6, that would be an intense game already. Got to be careful in the fire. Burning can't get away. Still flashbang that drop, so he will go down. It's going to be Davey and Abe both out of the way here as the rest of 3's up going to try and force their way into the B-bomb site, but Cold is holding very firm right now for his team. Able to get himself a frag. Bolts is able to make that a 3K for him. That'll be 7-5 and the biggest lead we've seen so far from Luminosity.
Yeah, and also the cleanest round we've seen from them. That's actually the first round I think I've seen where they've not suffered any deaths. So finally, again, just being able to build up some bank for later, and 3's up. I mean, they're going to be forced to save again. And that just goes to show how this game has gone, how close to rounds have been. Obviously, the scoreboard reflects how close to half has been overall. And so both teams have really struggled to keep money flowing. And 3's up is going to be the one, unfortunately, for them that suffers it most. As look, a Fur playing this little tight corner here, able to do a lot of damage, but he's getting chased. He needs to be careful.
Yeah, he does have Fallen right there, though. And Fallen gets caught with a nade out, but the nade does a ton of damage, ends up getting 2. He steps up, able to find 2 more frags with the Rec 9 in his hands. So now we're going to have Davey all by himself with just a pistol, 1 versus 5. Steel's going to move right around the corner, gets the dings, but not the finish. That's going to be Steel finding that last one. That's 8-5 now. Favor of Luminosity as we're working into round 14.
Yeah, I mean, Luminosity's really found their footing here. They've only let, a couple of rounds drop over the last, I believe, 9 rounds played. So pretty dominant after, that first 3 round, that pistol round pattern ended. They've been great. I mean, they've only, like I said, dropped a couple. And now both teams are going to be fully bought out. 3's up, though. Pretty limited utility and no op this time around. And they're going to be, once again, trying to work themselves into A here. They have been able to catch Fur a couple of times out at long A, but he's playing a bit more passive this time around. So they're not going to be able to get that pick for now. But Fur repositions, and Arya might have a chance to duel at him here in just a second.
Arya trying to work the angle of that smoke, but we do have Fallen out in mid, taking a ton of damage, but he will get a frag onto Jason R. As Davey once again going to be over there lurking at the drop room. Fur will find one up in the A halls. That's going to turn this into a 5-on-3 in favor of Luminosity as they're trying to pinch up top, but Fallen's right there with the op, already rotated out of mid to try and help Halls. He will, no, almost escapes. Abe will find him, and Davey has to go down in the drop room. I think he made enough noise that they should know somebody's there. He's got to be careful. There's going to be one at the window, one right in front of him. He looks for the first one, can't find the second one, on to Cold, and it will be Abe, 1v2 now.
Yeah, Abe's in a tough spot here with only a couple rounds left in the half. He's trying to make his mark this round, coming in through the connector. Abe will peek out, and Cold will take care of it there. And, I mean, here's the thing. Like, Luminosity knows that Davey just keeps playing Skyfall, so they've definitely paid mind to that. And so Davey hasn't been able to have the same impact he had earlier on in the half when he was putting up some good numbers. Now he's kind of fallen off a bit due to Luminosity making the adjustment. And that time they couldn't catch Fur at long A either. Just some great kills. Fallen really showing us how moving to the dedicated opping role on this team with Zach gone, or ZQK gone, however you want to say it. He's been very effective with it so far, and it's hurt threes up a lot here. They're having a Tech 9 the last round of the half.
Jason R is going to be the first one through the drop, but Cold is waiting for him as Davey does get the trade out, but Fallen is there with the op for that trade. Now they're just going to try and jump their way in, but man, they have no luck. We got Bolts right in front of him. Same with Steel over at the chicken coop. And now it's all up to Abe. He's going to be 1v4. Gets spotted from behind. Fur on the fast rotate, picks him up, and that's 10-5 half in favor of Luminosity.
Yeah, I mean, and you know what's weird is, and I don't know if you've noticed this yourself through the cast that you've done this season, but or even last season, if we're honest about it, when it comes to the North American scene, it feels as though this map has swayed kind of T-sided for most North American teams. I mean, would you kind of agree with that?
It seems like it has been, just because taking your way into B has become so prevalent and so easy most of the time.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I mean, and so the fact that Threes Up only pulled off 5 rounds, that's a little bit troublesome, a little bit worrisome if you're an NA fan that they got limited work done there. I mean, I think most people still feel the map might be a slight CT leaning, and I guess that's true. But yeah, we've seen more and more this map sway a bit T-sided as the patches have come through and changed the map up. It's definitely much more T-sided than it used to be in the original release of the map. And I think it's even getting to a point where the way the meta has worked, I suppose, that it probably is a bit T-sided, kind of like a Dust 2 where you can see many terrace opportunities. So yeah, Threes Up a bit limited there. Now Luminosity will go on their own T-side. And we'll kick off with this pistol round where Threes Up really need it to avoid Luminosity jumping out to a big lead.
Yeah, I mean, a pistol round here, a pistol round victory from Luminosity would make this 13-5 if they pick up both anti-ecos. And looks like Luminosity's thinking about trying to get aggressive at the B bomb site. Looks like they are all gearing up in that direction. And that nade might pay dividends, and not as much as you would have hoped. Yeah, came close, but let's see. They're going to be trying to rush their way down through the drop room. Let's see if it works out for them. They got the good smoke down. They're covering. They're going to try to go right through the window. Cold's able to pick up Davey, who was right there waiting. And they're actually trying to wrap this back towards A, but Kiko right there in the smoke. Does he push through? Gets a little too close, and Steel will punish him for it. And now we have Abe, Jason R, and Arya versus some very weak Luminosity players. We've already lost one of them. That's Steel. So Fur at 19, Fallen at 44. Bolts has the most HP, and he just got removed by Jason R. So now a very manageable, well, it was 2 versus 3. Let's see if Arya can do something. Not going to be able to make it happen. Fallen takes him down very fast. That's Luminosity picking up the pistol.
I mean, it's pretty evident there what Luminosity was going for, just kind of smoking off that left side of Skyfall, blocking off any B-site rotators from getting vision, just storming the connector to the window, just overwhelming the rotation from Threes Up and using that to work into A for the victory there. They did drop a couple of players, but left 3 alive, and we'll see them go really deep into these SMGs, like really buying into that new second-round SMG meta to get that extra money bonus and counter the pistols. But Threes Up didn't really invest too heavy in upgraded pistols this round, just a couple. And we'll see LG just go into the mid room, but Jason R somehow gets out of there. What?
Wow.
How did he? Wow. How does one survive that? He got a kill too.
He made it through somehow. So we lose Davey in the exchange. Same with Fallen. But Jason R, he's going to get some good information here. Does he push too fast? No. He's able to see Bolts, but Bolts turns around. Now it's up to Arya. He catches him weak, drops the gun out of his hands. That's going to be Luminosity trying to, no, they're trying to protect the gun, it looks like. At least just the bomber is. Maybe throwing a fake towards B, and they're going to try and pull this back to A. But we still have, down in mid is going to be Arya in a tough position. Cold finally gets him. We're going to be 3 versus 2 now as the bomb will be trying to take its way up the A ramp. And, yeah, they have A. They're going to smoke the cross, so Kiko's not going to be able to get anything.
They're going to get in the site, and they're going to get the bomb planted here in just a moment. There you see it, Cold laying it down. And they do have 3 still up against the pistols with 3 up. They'll try to come out, but, I mean, Kiko getting caught inside the vents. There's not much you can do trying to fit through that tight space here. And now it's all up to Abe, and yeah, Steel on top of that, too. So kind of, some cool stuff with Jason R there making a play a little bit, but couldn't get the jump on that player. Maybe waited a bit too long, and the player could react, and Luminosity used that to secure the round. So up 12-5 now, 3's up, forced to just kind of save again till the opening gun round, kind of concede the big lead of 13-5 to Luminosity. And so this is looking a bit rough here for 3's up, but hopefully with the opening gun round, maybe things will change a little bit.
So 3's up, going to be on the pistols here. They got to try and change the tide as fast as they can. Luminosity, though, looking like they should make this 13-5, and then as Dust said, it's going to be up to the gun rounds, but already Fallen pushing out with MP in hand, gets two at the B bomb site. Last bullet pulls it down, and Davies' head will get that one. That's going to help out a ton. That makes it 5-3 with Kiko and Jason R pretty lit.
Yeah, Jason does pick up Cold, and he will be able to pick up an SMG for this as well for the retake, but the other half of it has already been caught there by Bolts, and so Jason left alone here. They know where he is, and they may make quick work of him. So 13-5 coming in, and our first gun round is about to take place. And take a little bit of a note of Luminosity. They're very Navi-esque in how they play maps. Very slow, very methodical, kind of wait until the last 20 or 30 seconds to hit. You can kind of expect that play most likely. Usually just like to run a 2-1-2 across the map, 2B, 2 long A, 1 mid. So they do have some like heavier A and B hits, but I expect them just to open up pretty default, and that seems to be the case right now. You got, you know, Cold and Steel, the typical, you know, default long A players here. Bolts and Fur over towards long B as usual. It's just going to be Fallen, who's kind of the character that floats around, and because of his positioning, he actually catches Arya. So already a pick suffered here.
Yeah, that's going to be great for Luminosity to open this thing up, but 3's up. They need to start winning a gun round, and it has to start here.
Boost.
And they are going to be doing the fountain boost. Let's see if it works out for them, though. But it doesn't really look like Luminosity wants to get too aggressive in that direction. They're actually forcing more towards A at the moment, with two players pretty deep into the halls, or at least entering the halls at the moment, to try and find a frag if they can. But no one will really be there to contest. The only man that would be Jason R, and he's all the way in the A bomb site.
The scoreboard up top, keeping in the clutch for keeping this a family-friendly show there. Otherwise, we might see a bit too much of the statue here, you know?
Right?
I don't know. I mean, I had to throw something in there. Double Molly on the platform.
For the weird real fast.
Yeah, it really did. It's a happy birthday, man. It was a present for you to make it as awkward as I possibly could.
Good looking out. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. I'm sure you're enthused. But here comes a long B hit from LG, and the boost works. Gets a kill. Gets a second one. So that had a huge impact on the round.
Yeah, that was nice. The good cover that you get there between the legs was pretty good. I mean, it was a hard shot to find, like, for real. Not even trying to make that one weird, but we have a 3-on-2, so this gun round is quickly turning in favor of 3's up with only Cold left, and he goes down. So round 19 is a 3's up round. They get their first CT side thanks to the buy. So now Luminosity with more than enough cash to make a buy out of this one, but they're going to buy really deep into their bank accounts to try and force here. And this could easily turn into a 13-8 off of a win here from 3's up.
Absolutely, and who would have thought it, you know, getting in between the legs turning out to be a good thing. In Counter-Strike here. I mean, that really did have a huge impact. Like, those two frags were super key, and 3's up kind of securing the round after, like, the initial trades happened. So, well done. A boost we see every now and then, but that's actually the first time I've seen it have that much of an impact to a team. So, that's good stuff. And Arya getting the opening pick here. LG trying to go for a fast B split, but so far it's not panning out.
Just trying to work their way in as fast as they can with those guns. They're already getting blown up. Davey does find himself a frag. Same with Arya. So now off at the back of the coop. He's getting pressure, though. Got to be careful. Doesn't matter. Ends up finding Steel. Now they're just trying to spam him down. Molly will burn him out. Here comes the push from Abe, and Abe will line up Fur and Bolt. Take them both down. That's 13-7, and it should be a Luminosity going into a very light buy here. Or maybe they're going to force pistol armor. Who knows? But I doubt it.
Yeah, I mean, and that was a clean win for 3's up, so that allows them to bank up some money. You have, you know, Jason R being able to sit on $6,500, Abe sitting on $4,950. Even Kiko has a pretty decent amount of cash at $3,100. So definitely good that they can bank some cash for a rainy day, possibly later on in the half if Luminosity gets firing off again. Which, I mean, they're known to have some really good T sides. In fact, I'd say they're more of a T-sided team, and their Cobble T side certainly has reflected that, especially when we saw them play at Cologne. Usually good for 7 or so rounds on the Terra side, and with the 10-round start from the first half, things look pretty good for them. But 3's up, I have to say, have put up a good fight so far on the CT side, and have so far disallowed that pattern from holding.
Yeah, they're coming back well into this game. I mean, they haven't fully gotten back into it, but if they keep winning clean rounds like that, it's going to help out a ton, and you don't need to start it off that way against the Eco. They are picking up the frags. Abe grabs 2. Kiko's right there with him, trying to find 1. Kiko's going to go for the repeat, so they know Bolts and Cold are both out. Side of B trying to work their way in, and all Abe has to do, low on HP, is just kind of sit there, doesn't go out and peek and find the frag on the Bolts, I guess. That's 3 for him on the round before he finally goes down to Cold, but Jason R is there, able to trade out the frag, so that is 13-8, as we will have Luminosity back onto a bye this round.
Yep, and expect them to kind of go back into their default again. Like I said, they love to have Fur and Bolts over there towards the B area, Fallen Floats, and then Cold and Steel over towards the A side. They just kind of work picks, the slow, methodical type of play, and that's what I expect to see unless they want to throw something different in. I mean, they do have some pretty fast B splits they like to change the pace with, and we do see them all staging up over towards the B side of the map. So we may, in fact, see one of those tempo-changing rounds where they just try to execute really quick on a rifle round.
Now, we're trying to have Threes Up come back into this game more, but we have guns out on both sides. Luminosity has to try and change this here, and they're going for the traditional B-take here. Flashes are coming out. They're trying to get up immediately. Arya was there to try and take down Bolts. Abe completely blind. Needs to hit that. Could have lined that up, but here comes the push from Kiko. If he gets all three, that would be huge. Only able to find two, so now Davey in a tough spot here. Cold's going to shoulder peek out. Cold will get him. And that's Luminosity grabbing a 14th round. And we actually lose a player from Threes Up. We lose Jason R.
Yeah, so we're going to take a pause here while we get him back in the server. Hopefully it won't take too long. And yeah, that's Bolts. Like typically the guy that plays the long B platform, their default is the one who leads that rush with Fur close behind. And they make a good play out of it there. Fallen also getting in on some entries there. So he kind of can be the secondary entry guy behind someone like Fur or Bolts, depending on what side of the map it's on. And he came up pretty big as well. He's had a good game in general, 22 and 13, so definitely making his presence known. And it's Cold. Like I said, the other real guy to look onto this team, the new pickup, he's also looking pretty impressive with 20 frags of his own. And again, we see Kevin scour the map, searching for knife skins, as we did have him join up midway through the game, so he had a little bit better camera work because of it. So we'll just follow him around and let him do his thing while we wait for this game to relive up. And while we're waiting... never mind. You would kill me, so I'm not going to do it.
Don't do it, Joey. Don't do it.
Okay. Joey?
No.
He's not even involved in this. You want him to get involved? Joey, get involved.
Oh, negative, Nancy.
Why do you hate me, Luca?
I don't hate you.
Luca
does. He just knows what's coming. He doesn't want it.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
I think.
Can we at least? Can we at least?
I ain't
do a
singing.
really minor version that doesn't actually sing. Can we do that?
I'm gonna play.
Can you guys everyone in chat just wish Misled a happy birthday? He is old as shit right now. He's so old. Turned 27 today, so everyone give Misled a shout out.
Is Happy Birthday by Stevie Wonder actually a happy birthday song?
I don't know.
We're about to find out.
Chains, the birthday song.
Oh gosh.
I don't think. For people that haven't figured it out, it's Misled's birthday.
I think I made it pretty explicit. I don't think I really
Just in
made
case.
any type of ambiguous message at all.
I don't think this is a happy birthday song. I'm just gonna. There's Happy Birthday from Kid Zone, but this is terrible.
No, just
Whoa.
I think we did enough there. If we do any more, we might tilt Misled before this.
Well,
match is
Misled's
over.
not even hearing it. What does he care?
Look at chat. Everyone being so nice and supportive.
Thank you guys.
Is it Feliz Cumpleaños? Is that the way you say it in Spanish? Wait, it's Brazilians or Portuguese. I'm an idiot. It's probably not even Feliz Cumpleaños in Spanish either, is it? What is this?
What is this? What am I listening to? What are you making the stream listen to?
I don't know, man. This is rough.
I'm gonna go fall on a sharp object now.
I'm
not making it to 28.
I'm gonna draw a cake. How old are you?
Oh, it is Feliz Cumpleaños. How did I remember that?
Wow, dude.
I'm nuts, dude.
Herzlichen Glückwunsch von Geburtstag.
Yeah, it's really hard to say it in German. That's why I don't even try.
Yeah,
well, I just did.
I'm
so
old as
you're off.
dirt, is
You
how
wanna?
old
What
I am.
color cake do you want, Luca? Pink?
Give me a brown cake.
Brown? They don't have brown.
Chocolate one?
Well, that sucks. Can't draw a
No,
cake
you
then.
did that on purpose. You're getting pink.
Pink cake on stream, man. And this is how we fill time over at CEVO, folks. With
all-
nice.
That's all we do over here at
family-friendly
CEVO is
banter.
fill some time. I don't know if
We're
I'm gonna.
pros at that. With all the mess that happens in these games. Wonder what happened. It's actually a pretty rather long.
It was
delay
a
to
VAC authentication error.
Oh, wrecked.
You want multiple layers? I'm gonna give you a red layer up top. Oh, that looks good, dude.
Sick looking fish. in that statue.
Green. This other blue. We get the pink. We get a pink
Listen,
layer for a pink
Misled,
cake.
Just crack open another Guinness and you'll get through this, okay?
Whoa, hey.
Whoa.
Hold on here.
Whoa.
We're trying to get sponsored here,
Whoa.
guys.
By Guinness.
Hey.
What?
Guinness's esports
If
division.
Guinness wanted to sponsor me, yeah, dude, let's do it. Let's crack right into
Don't
the
you
esports
believe
world.
Guinness? If I cut you open, I swear it'd be brown frosty.
I'm pretty sure I'd just bleed straight Guinness. Like, yeah,
Maybe a little bit of Jameson.
a little bit of Jameson in there too. But
Jameson's
yeah,
good.
lots of.
That really got behind it, so
Yeah, I do. I like that. That's what's great about having all the Brazilians in here.
How old
None of
are
them
you?
Probably like me, but they were all nice.
yeah.
28,
I would
I
say
think?
of the 15,000 viewers we have, probably more than half of them are Brazilian. They really do support their CS team.
Oh yeah,
Quite a
that's
lot.
awesome.
It is awesome to see. Really cool.
27 today. Helium.
Sick.
Can you draw 27 candles on the
Nope.
cake?
But
No.
happy birthday, Luca. I forgot to put your name. I feel like that's an important part.
You don't, how many candles did you draw?
Like 5.
Now I gotta turn. Now I gotta go
Five?
look.
A rainbow cake bread on the inside.
Dude, doesn't that look
It-
good?
Wow.
I would eat it.
Oh my goodness. That is an epic cake, sir.
That's not bad.
It's
It's not
pretty
bad.
legit cake.
I mean, I generally, live by the rule of not making the front page of Reddit more than once a night, but I might have to do myself just because it's your birthday.
Whoa, the bragging is real. You can make front page of Reddit today.
Yeah, I didn't yet. Mate.
Yeah, this might be it.
Yeah, let's get some party spam. I think it's just party in parentheses in MLG chat.
Yeah, we see some people
Let's
blowing
keep the good times going.
the whatever those things are called. Like how you spelled Ur with a UR.
Gotta save characters.
Ur. Yeah, you do. Otherwise, you might erase part of your lovely cake drawing if you did.
Okay, can we just
I
point
don't
out?
know. I need to Google whatever that word is before I say it, because
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I
wouldn't say it.
generally Google most words before I say them. Boo, are you trying to say happy
Yeah,
birthday?
whenever
Is that what you were?
Googled
I was about to
Lucetta,
read
the
it.
first thing that came up was a link
Yeah.
to a choice website. I feel
yeah.
we should probably not say it on stream.
No.
you already said it though.
You
so
just
wait,
said it.
fail.
Oh God.
You're gonna get the
I'm getting
MLG
banned.
Brazil's gonna come up and fire you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's a horrible word. Way to go. Way
I
to
didn't
go.
even know. Did I actually say it? I thought I
Yeah,
did.
you said it. You just read it off
I
the
did?
screen. You're like Ron Burgundy in Portuguese.
Yes. Yeah. Way to go.
Don't put it on the prompter, man.
Way to go. All right.
That's chat's fault. You were baited into that. That's entrapment.
Yep. Yep. That's why Google is the greatest thing.
Makes it even worse that I checked and saw I shouldn't say it and still
And then you
somehow said it.
still said it. And now
I
there's
didn't even realize I
spamming.
did
Ha,
until
ha,
you
ha,
said
ha.
I did. Chat confirm I didn't say it. I
You-
did not.
You
say
said
it.
it.
I don't think I did.
I don't even know why. You don't think you
I
did.
don't think I did.
That'd be a
If I
great
said
birthday
it,
present.
type
I
a
get
1 in
fired.
chat. If I didn't say it, type a 2.
You said it.
Support me,
They're
chat.
spamming K's and ha 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 ha. So
Yeah,
obviously,
that's not a good sign. Probably.
It's
from
not
my side of the
very
argument.
not a very good sign for Dust. We need to
Yeah, that's a
Can we
rough
just delete
look.
this pod, please?
no.
There's like 15 million Brazilians that now know you say that.
Now I
Alright.
have a new word in chat to say. I'm not playing this game again.
Yo, Portuguese is really hard. I hear people speak Portuguese, and I'm just like, that's not a language, but apparently it is, and I will never be able to speak it.
Well, we're gonna Google that one too. I want to find out what that is.
Oh God, this is a learning
I
process.
feel like I have an idea.
How do you say happy birthday in Portuguese? Did you look up that yet?
I don't know. I just know it's Feliz Cumpleaños in Spanish, which I don't realize
It's
why.
literally not
it's
going to
not
be
important.
close. Yeah, that doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
All right,
Feel
so
like-
that word is the male version of the other word.
Okay. I could guess. I could
Yeah, I
venture
kinda
a guess. That's
figured.
probably what it was going to be. Just the way it looked when you looked at the word, you could tell it's probably.
Oh, that
what
word's
it was.
dirty.
Thank goodness for Urban Dictionary.
Oh, isn't Urban Dictionary the best? I don't even know what I would do without it sometimes.
Yeah, I don't either.
So apparently, just an update on the situation right now, guys.
That'd be
Cool
good.
statue on Cobble, by the way. He had the VAC auth error, which I believe is just a Valve issue, but then somehow our server was like, we don't like your IP anymore, and it's blocked him from rejoining. At least that's what the word from the players is.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't really disagree. That might be what's happening, but what I'm trying to say is I didn't really look into the situation. Just waiting patiently, and popping some champagne for Luca's birthday.
Right. Just getting turned
Champagne
up in here.
showers, bro.
Turned up. Three's up, gonna get turned up. They are
Wish
kind of
they'd
getting
show
turned
up.
up right now. They're about to lose, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Flazreal? Yeah. Nice try. No, that is definitely not how you say happy birthday.
Is he trying to?
I've read what that meant, dude. I've read what that already meant. We're good.
I'm already halfway done learning Portuguese in this break. Mainly thanks to Google and Urban Dictionary.
Huge strides here.
It's like John Travolta in what was that movie?
Also,
Phenomenon
I feel
or something.
enough people have said I said it to confirm that I did. So I
You
guess
did
I
say
have to
it.
concede.
Yeah, you should concede.
Did.
I feel like what they're saying now sounds about correct.
Please, aniversario or whatever.
Anniversario?
That seems pretty reasonable.
I was close.
That seems pretty good.
Had the first word right.
Whoa, what is going
See, I'm
on?
learning. The more LG games I get to cast, the more I'm going to learn about their language. So when I meet them again in real life, I can
You can
butcher it
say
in front of them.
certain
horribly
words
offend
that
people
start
in
with a
real
B.
life.
All right, guys. Once again,
Yes.
happy birthday. We'll clear this drawing. I'm going to go back to being silent. And
Oh, we're back.
it looks
We're
like we
back.
can take it away.
We made it through the break, man. Check us out.
Yep. So now we have him back into the server. Round 23 will begin. Luminosity with a huge advantage here, though. They just wrapped up their 14th round. It's going to be threes up, buying everything they can into this to try and prevent Luminosity from going to the map point. But Fur just hits the drop with the quickness, able to take down Davey. And that'll give them a 5-4 advantage in favor of Luminosity.
Yeah, I mean, this in the default setup here, first sometimes does like to get into the Skyfall really quick, and it worked out there for the pick. Still, everyone else set up pretty default, trying to boost over the smoke at long A for a second pick, and Arya has cleaned up first, so he's equalized it back up. Bolts will stay here alone, and look at this B stack. There's 4 players here in the B site. So if he can keep it up over here, that's Bolts, that is, he can really help keep this A-bomb site quite open. But look at Jason R. I mean, he's in the ninja spot here on the site, so...
Yeah, it might work out for them. They are going to be evened back up now, 4-on-4. And for having a good laugh with Davey after after that very quick attack that he made in the drop room. And it looks like Luminosity's going to flex a little bit here at the A-bomb site.
It's that
Good
wall
smoke
strat.
Yep.
Yeah. VP
good.
developed this on this map, and I haven't seen it in a long time. It's really cool.
Ooh, let's see what Jason R can do. Peeks out wide. Fallen takes him down. Arya going to be in trouble, but they do find the frag on the bolts. But that smoke wall is preventing them from really working their way up. And now Arya will force back towards CT spawn. Tries to take down Steel. Has to duck down, but Cold is right there to get him. Now it's all up to Kiko. 2 weak players in front of him. Gets one, pulls out the pistol. Can he take Steel? Steel's so very low, but Steel will pull the AK down. Get the frag, and that's Luminosity going to map point on map number 1 in round 24.
It's actually really cool. That's a smoke tactic that Virtus Pro developed. I saw him use it for the first time against I think it was against Mouse Sports and in the Season 7 Pro League regular season match. I actually did like a behind the play video on it, and so it's really cool to see it brought back, 'cause I haven't seen it in such a long time, and Luminosity brings it out, and it works wonders. Gets him into the A site pretty clean. Kiko, almost disrupts it there at the end in that little clutch situation, but it's held off, and now 3's up. Has not much to work with, and Luminosity just trying to get this over with here with a really, really quick B rush.
Yeah, they're going to be going against pistols here. First one will be Cold. He gets the shot on Kiko, but Abe is able to trade it out. Now he has an AK. He's trying to get some heads here. Doesn't look like he's going to find anything, as Bolts will easily take him down. Here comes the counter boost. Davey does have the shotgun, but Fur is going to be ready and waiting for this to see if anybody's going to push, and he actually turns away at the wrong time. But Davey's hunting for him, using the auto shotgun effectively. Makes this a 3-on-3 with the bomb at that B-bomb site. Let's see if these very weak 3's up players can get this retake going. We lose one. Now we're only left to Davey and Jason R. Jason R peeks out, able to take down Fallen, and he's able to get another one before Davey goes down. So Jason R, 15 HP, working against Bolts. Bolts is up in the smoke. Jason R's got to get on the bomb. He doesn't have a kit. Bolts doesn't even peek out yet. Now he does. Spots him. Goes back into hiding, and Jason R knows It's going to be tough for him to take from far away, but Bolts repeats, takes him down. 3K for Bolts, as the score will be 16-8 in favor of Luminosity, taking map number 1.
Yeah, so pretty one-sided victory there for Luminosity. I can't say I'm horribly surprised, but, I mean, 3's up. Challenged pretty well there in the first half, just couldn't really put up much of a CT side, and so we do, in fact, see Luminosity grab it up pretty quick there. So we'll move on to Mirage, another map that the Brazilians are classically known for, for this map, especially since they kind of dictated a bit of the meta on how the A-bomb site's executed.